Bright was the pride of his family, and the first to gain admission into the university. His mother, Mama Ebra, had raised him with trembling hands and a strong heart after his father passed away in a road accident when Bright was just 10. He grew up in the bustling neighborhood of Ajigona. Bright had learned early that life wasn't fair, but his mother often reminds him that it's his choices that can shape what life becomes. One day Bright got a call about his admission to study political science in the University of Benin. His mother knelt down that day and wept in gratitude. The next week Bright prepared to leave for school. His mother prayed for him and advised him. Her warnings to him before he left for school had been clear and emotional. "My son, I didn't raise you with struggle and prayer for you to go and throw your life away. Avoid cultism. It has destroyed lives and destinies of so many youths." Bright told the mother, "Mama, I hear you." And he promised not to let her down. When Bright got to the university life was different. Freedom tasted sweet, and loneliness crept in like nightfall. In his second semester, Bright met Samson, popularly called Sanko. Sanko was charming, confident, always surrounded by pretty girls and loud friends. He wore gold chains and always had money to spare. Bright was cautious at first, but as weeks passed, he found himself in Sanko's circle more often. They played football, hung out at clubs, and shared drinks. Sanko began to tell Bright about cult, but Bright would tell him he is not interested, and Sanko would tell him, "Bro, I know they force you, but university no. If you dey on your own, them go use you wipe ground, you guys belong make you forget mouth where men dey." And Bright laughed nervously anytime cult talk came up. "Me, I know they do that kind thing. My mama go kill me." "Relax, we dey here for you," Sanko would say with a grin. "Not only loyalty we dey preach." Then one day, Sanko invited Bright to a birthday party in town. "Just vibes, babes, and beer," he promised. Bright hesitated. It was a Thursday night. He had an early lecture, but peer pressure is like quicksand. Once you step in, it drags you deeper. Bright finally accepted to go for the party. The party was loud. Drinks flowed. Music blasted. Girls danced in short skirts. Bright loosened up and laughed more than he should. Around 2:30 a.m., the crowd started reducing. Sanko tapped him on the back and said, "Make we dey go." Bright climbed into the back seat of the car, along with two other guys from their group. But the driver didn't take the school road. He turned into a narrow path leading into the bush. "Guy, where una dey go?" Bright asked. "Chill," one of them said. "We want branch somewhere small." By the time they parked under thick trees and darkness, Bright's heart was pounding. Flames from a small fire lit up the night. He saw men holding axes, machetes, and locally made guns. 5 boys, blindfolded, Bright's throat dried. "Una dey mad. Why una bring me here?" Sanko smiled coldly. "You be our guy now. This now next level. No going back." Before Bright could run, they dragged him, stripped his shirt, and pinned him down. His screams echoed, but no one listened. A machete lashed his back. Another strike followed. Then one of the men carved a mark into his skin with the head of an axe. "You are now one of us. Welcome to the Black Axe." A blood oath was taken. A razor slit his palm. He pressed it against 5 others. Sworn to secrecy. Sworn to violence. Death was the penalty for betrayal. Bright couldn't focus in class the next day. Every voice, every shadow, reminded him of that night. He avoided Sanko but couldn't escape the whispers and hand signs that now welcomed him wherever he went. Weeks passed. Then came the call. "We get operation." He froze. "Who?" "One guy from Buccaneers. Him they toast Mercy. The babe of one of our generals." "I'm not going," Bright said. "You dey mad. You won't die." He was scared of dying, so he went. They tracked the guy, a final year student, writing his last exams. He never saw it coming. Bright stood behind while 3 cult boys rushed him. Axe to the head. Blood spilled on tiled floors. Screams followed. They disappeared before the school authorities alerted the police. Back at their camp, Bright wept. "I no kill am," he whispered to himself. "I only washed." But the blood was already on his hands. The next day the killing sparked chaos. Buccaneers got angry and retaliated. A Black Axe member was shot outside the female hostel. In revenge, 3 Buccaneers were ambushed and cut down near the library. The university turned into a war zone. Students avoided night classes. Hostels emptied by sundown. The sound of gunshots was no longer strange in the school. Police raided the school. Several arrests were made. Bright and a few others escaped through the school fence during the night raid. He ran back to his mother's house in Lagos for a while, lying to the mother that there was a crisis in school, but what he didn't tell the mother was that they caused the crisis. But cultists never forget. And neither does guilt. One evening, his mother walked into his room and saw the scar on his back. She dropped the food tray. "My God. Bright. What did you do?" He lied. He always lied. Weeks later, Bright returned back to school for his final year. Determined to graduate. Determined to walk away. But what he didn't know is that there's no exit in the Black Axe. On the eve of his last exam, he got a call. "War done burst again. We need you." He refused. They called again. And gave him a final warning. You know the oath. Bright still refused to go. That night, Bright wrote a long letter and hid it inside his locker. "To Mama. I tried. I'm sorry." The next day, he entered the exam hall. An hour into the paper, the door burst open. 4 masked men entered. 2 carried a pistol. 2 had axes. Panic spread like wildfire. Students screamed. Bright stood up, eyes wide. Please, please, I'm done with this life." But what he did not know is that oaths don't listen to begging. A bullet tore through his chest. An axe followed. He died on the cold classroom floor, in front of the future he once dreamed of. The campus was shut down. Police investigations began in full swing. Several cult leaders were arrested. Secret hideouts were discovered. Dozens of weapons were confiscated. Sanko was caught 2 weeks later, hiding in an abandoned building. He resisted arrest and was shot in the leg. During interrogation, he mentioned Bright and said, "He wasn't like us. He just got caught in the middle." Bright's mother came to the university, dressed in black. She fell on her knees when she saw her son's body in the morgue. "I warned you. I begged you." Bright, why? His burial was silent. Few friends. No speeches. But the streets whispered. Another young dream, gone. Months later, the university ran an awareness campaign, Say No to Cultism. Bright's story became a case study. Students cried when they saw his photos. His letter was read aloud. "I just wanted to belong. But now I don't even belong to myself anymore. Mama, forgive me." Bright's mother started a foundation in his name, Bright Path Foundation, educating students on the dangers of cultism. But even then, the axe mark remains. Not just on skin, but on hearts. I believe you have learned from the story of Bright Okafor. Choose your friends wisely. The people you associate with can shape your future either positively or negatively. Bright was not a bad person, but bad friends led him down a deadly path. Listen to your parents and mentors. Mama Ebra warned her son. Her words were full of love and wisdom, but Bright ignored her and paid the ultimate price. Never compromise your values. Bright didn't want to join, but fear and peer pressure overwhelmed him. Standing firm might have saved his life. One wrong decision can destroy everything. A single night, one party, one ride. That was all it took for Bright's life to spiral out of control. Be cautious. Some doors, once opened, cannot be closed. Crime has consequences. Cultism might look glamorous at first. Power, girls, money, but it always ends in pain, loss, or death. No one escapes forever. Don't be silent in the face of evil. If you suspect someone is being lured into a cult, speak up, report, help. You could save a life. Your life is valuable. Bright had potential. He had dreams. So do you. Don't throw it away for false brotherhood or temporary thrills. Cultism is a trap. It may offer quick power, fake respect, and false loyalty, but it takes away peace, purpose, and life. Let Bright's story be a lesson to all. Your future is too precious to waste in darkness. Choose light. Choose life. Thanks for watching. If this story is very educating, please subscribe for more interesting videos. Like, comment, and share for your friends and families to watch and learn also.